fire and chemical explosion has taken place in a fertiliser factory in Romania. The local emergency services go in to deal with the crisis. Hundreds of civilians are injured. Thankfully, this scenario is in the virtual world and it's not reality. It's the first time that NATO's Euro-Atlantic Disaster Response Coordination Centre has initiated a virtual reality exercise. This pilot event was jointly organised with Romania and focuses on the international civil-military effort to respond to mass casualties and mass evacuation emergencies.
And it's an advantage because you can do many things in virtual reality. In fact, it's much more realistic, much more close to real disasters, because you really can create explosions, you can create collapsed buildings. Normally in a field exercise you have existing buildings and you adapt and transform a bit the buildings, but again, it's not always very close to reality.
NATO has been exploring a way to complement their large field consequence management exercises. It's a big part of the future that they're keen to incorporate as much as possible.
Yes, I feel the exercise has been a success, and I think the virtual reality does have a place in the whole process. But I think we have to be careful that it's not trying to replace anything that we currently do. We do tabletop exercises and field training exercises, and this is going to bridge the gap between those two.
Civilian and military personnel from 16 allied and partner countries work alongside the Romanian emergency services to best tackle the scenario. Although the disasters are huge, in virtual reality, you don't need big numbers of personnel for the exercise to work.
Some of the functions can be simulated by just one or two team members, and that's impossible in a field exercise. There you need teams of 50, 60, 70, even 100 people, and here it can be done with a fraction of that.
Alongside the virtual world, the Romanian emergency services run a simulation on their own real-life resources and capability to react to such disasters.
So while the virtual reality exercise was going, we were trying to get them the resources in real time and the real resources that we have. So we were talking to the Ministry of Transportation, we were talking to the Ministry of Defense, we were trying to get trucks for evacuation, we were trying to get medevac airplanes or helicopters and so on. And once we got them and they told us you will have them in 2 hours, it was 2 hours, and that was adapted to the exercise.
It's evident that this virtual reality exercise has been beneficial to both NATO personnel and the emergency services involved. An invaluable training tool that NATO will continue to be in favour of in the future. For NATO Channel, this is Laura Hawkins.